If you're new to board gaming and want to trade up from some old, dusty, tired classics, then this is the list for you. Today, we are going to explore the 10 best board games to start your collection, and they are not these.
What can I play?
Welcome to What Can I Play, a channel where we try to find the right board game to play no matter the occasion. Previously on this channel, we explored games that you should introduce to new players, those gateway games. But today, we're going to explore what should be the game that you purchase first. What games should make it in your collection? There may be some crossovers, but stick around and I would love to see if you agree with this list. So I've crunched the numbers to bring you the top 10 board games you need to own. These games are perfect for beginners, they're budget friendly and loved by the community. So I've scoured the internet from YouTube reviews to blog posts and Reddit threads. In total, I've got 18 different sources on this topic in particular to try and make the most objective list possible. Editor Adrian here. I did a really bad job of explaining those data sources. So there's 23, not 18. I guess I only added up the YouTubers and the bloggers, but there's 5 additional Reddit posts as well. And with those Reddit posts, I aggregated them. So each Reddit post, I tallied up the most comments for the games within those Reddit posts and then aggregated them, added them to the master list. And that's kind of what went into this master list. Otherwise, it just got very unwieldy. So that's kind of what I did. And yeah, I didn't really thank each one of these data sources individually in this video like I normally do in all my videos, but of course the credits are in the description and the master list below. So yeah, thank you so much for all you YouTubers and bloggers as usual. Bye. We found all the games that kept popping up and then we ranked them based on both popularity, cost, ease of play, and more. So stick around to see who the winners are and grab the full list below of the 77 games that were mentioned in the description below. So how did I pick these? Well, as mentioned, I started with the mentions from all these different sources, giving it about 40% of the score, because if gamers are raving about it across YouTube, blogs, and Reddit, it's a must know. Then cost gets a big 30%. I've updated these prices straight from Amazon as of March 2025, prices in USD, because money matters when you're building up a collection. Then complexity is about 15%. Got to keep it beginner friendly. Playtime's another 10%, shorter games mean more fun, faster. And play count's about 5% for versatility as a bonus. This formula gave me a collection score out of 100, and trust me, the top 10 are gold. So let's dive in. Before we go any further, I want to let you know that this is part 1 of 2 videos about this topic. This video in particular will tell you about the list and how that list came to be. But in part 2, we'll be putting this list to the test, where I challenge myself to play just and only these games for the next 30 days. So if you're interested in seeing out that video, please subscribe. Kicking off number 10 is Love Letter with a collection score of 65.38. At just $15 on Amazon, this quick card game is a real steal. Mentioned by YouTubers and Reddit users, it is all about bluffing to win the princess's favor in a 20-minute flat about game. Perfect for those higher player count games where you're just trying to find a quick game to play. It's simple, portable, and a fantastic icebreaker to get ready for those bigger media games. Number 9, we have Kingdomino with a collection score of 66.15. At just $20, this lands quite nicely and is very simple. Kingdomino lands with a price tag of $20 and it's been mentioned by 4 different sources, and I can see why. It's a tile laying game and it's just simple and beautiful. Think dominoes, but building kingdoms. It's 15 to 20 minutes for 2 to 4 players. It makes it really quick and it's a strategic gem for beginners. Upping the difficulty just a tad, we have Catan, a classic in itself. With a collection score of 68.94, at just around $25 on Amazon, there's been 9 mentions, including 6 from bloggers, which cements it in its status. This is a trade, build, and settlement game with about a runtime of 60 to 120 minutes for 3 to 4 players. It's a bit meatier and it's oh so rewarding to newbies that are just ready to level up their game just a little bit more. With a collection score of 69.86, we have Just One. This game is a party classic. At just $25, it's going to be a hit amongst all your friends at a party. This has been given the nod from multiple YouTubers, 4 in particular, and I can see why. Just One is a cooperative word game where it takes about 20 minutes to play, and it's very simple. Everyone gives a word clue and the duplicates are cancelled out. Then you're left with the guesser trying to work out what the key word is. It's simple, hilarious, and perfect for game nights. At number 6, we have Cascadia with a collection score of 70.46. Cascadia comes with about a $40 price tag and is mentioned by 6 different YouTubers. What Cascadia does wonderfully is it's a chill, tile laying vibe of a game. You build habitats for your wildlife in about 30 to 45 minutes and try score combos with the way you lay out your wildlife and your habitats. It's great for 1 to 4 players and it's very relaxing and a great introduction to modern board gaming. Number 5, we have Sushi Go with a collection score of 73.41. Sushi Go is just the drafting card mechanic, classic card game at the moment. With just a $12 price tag, it's something that you can just pop in your bag and have a few rounds before you play those bigger media games. This has been mentioned mostly by bloggers and I can see why. The love for its fast drafting fun in about 15 minutes for 2 to 5 players and gives a little bit of strategy and a little bit of fun. It's a great budget starter game with a low complexity score. So highly recommend it for those beginner starter collections. And in the number 4 spot, we have Codenames. Codenames is a word-based game where you split up into 2 teams where you are trying to give a 1-word clue to your guesses on who the spies are. Each clue points you in a direction of guessing the right words, but you're trying to get more words to match together so you can outspeed the opponent's team by getting more clues guessed faster than them. It is a brilliant and simple game that is fun for all ages and is a surefire hit when it's brought out onto the table. In the number 3 spot, we have Azul with a collection score of 79.47. Azul is a masterclass on board game design. It is just simple and unique. It's priced around $31 on Amazon, and with 14 mentions across all the sources, it is such a fan favorite. It's a tile laying game where you have to decide where you lay your tiles at any given moment. Do you want to lay it in the 1, the 4, the 3, or the 2? Because it really adds up to your combos at the end of the game. It's very strategic and beginner friendly, and it's just gorgeous and pure perfection. And the runner-up in the number 2 spot is Carcassonne with a collection score of 82.24. For about $25 on Amazon, it is a steal. 14 mentions across all the sources, with 5 of those coming from Reddit. This game is a tile laying brilliance. You're building a medieval landscape in about 30 to 45 minutes for 2 to 5 players, where you're trying to build the biggest kingdom, the biggest farmlands, the biggest monastery for maximum pointage. It's simple rules, endless replayability, and it's a must own. Before we get into the number 1 spot, I'd love for you to write down in the comments below, what do you think the number 1 spot is? Take your guess. And if you guessed Ticket to Ride, you would be correct. Ticket to Ride with a collection score of 87.47 has got its number 1 spot. Ticket to Ride is a wonderful beginner-friendly strategic set collecting game where you are trying to get your trains from one station to another station for maximum pointage. There's many strategic ways to play the game where you can mess with your friends or just stick to your goals or many things in between. It is a wonderful game that is played in 30 to 60 minutes, and I highly recommend it as a start to your collection in 2025. There you have it, the top 10 board games to kick off your collection in 2025. If you're new to board gaming, I highly suggest buying any one of these games or check out the list below to see what else there is. At the end of the day, if there's a game that didn't make it in this list that's one of your favorite starter games, drop it in the comments below as I'd love to see that. And be sure to subscribe where I put all these games to the test over the next 30 days to see which ones I personally think are the best. See you next time. Happy gaming.